25th pick to the San Francisco 49ers. With the 25th pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Brandon Aiyuk, wide receiver, Arizona State.
All right, Daniel Jeremiah, nicely done. Brandon Aiyuk is indeed the selection. So that's
What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Hogan Game, and today we're going to be talking about the rise and fall of Brandon Aiyuk. Now, of course, Brandon Aiyuk has kind of fell off the earth. Who knows what Brandon Aiyuk's up to these days? Of course, we see his Instagram posts from here and there, but it really has nothing to do with football. So today we're going to be talking about the rise of Brandon Aiyuk and the fall of Brandon Aiyuk. And I hope Brandon Aiyuk is able to revive his career because I liked him as a player. He was one of my favorite players before everything happened, and I still like him as a player. I just don't know what really happened. Hopefully, we'll hear his side of the story soon. But yeah, make sure to like button, subscribe button, comment down below if you want more videos, and I'm out. Peace. Growing up, Aiyuk was raised in Nevada, played wide receiver, DB, and kick returns in high school. And he wasn't that big of a recruit. He had to go to a JUCO in order to get his foot inside the door. Then he was able to transfer to Arizona State, and that's where he met Jaden Daniels, a couple of teammates that went to the NFL. And Aiyuk, he had one really good season. He had a couple decent seasons, but he had one season that stuck out. And you could see in that season clearly Aiyuk had good ability, good route running, good yards after the catch. I mean, he was coming out, he was the complete package, and he had the longest wingspan for someone at his height as a wide receiver. When coming out of college at his height, was a projected first round pick. Of course, there was guys like Henry Ruggs, CeeDee Lamb, Justin Jefferson, but he was on that next tier. And I feel like Aiyuk has lived up to that first round hype when healthy. Looking back at Aiyuk's rookie season, Aiyuk came on the scene with a good rookie year, having 748 receiving yards, 5 receiving touchdowns, and 12.5 yards per catch. He was a very dynamic player his rookie year. He was actually kind of a runner. He kind of played that Debo role because if you guys remember that year, Debo was hurt. So Aiyuk was the one that were giving those carries. Very promising year for Aiyuk, and many 49ers fans expected him to take a big leap the next year.
Week 1, he doesn't start. He's coming off a hamstring injury, supposedly. Still has to play 26 snaps, no targets, runs a ton of clear out routes, and they say, well, we didn't play him that much because he has coming off an injury. Like, you made him run, though. And then all week they're like, well, he's not in the doghouse. He's not in the doghouse. It's just he's a great receiver behind him, meaning Trent Sherfield.
After starting the year in the doghouse, Brandon Aiyuk is able to find himself, find his role in the offense, and he finishes with 826 receiving yards, 5 receiving touchdowns, 56 catches, and 14.8 yards per catch. So he was able to still make a decent season out of a bad situation at the beginning of the year. But I feel like this definitely prepared Aiyuk for what's to come. After this year, he really took that bigger role in blocking and perfecting his craft with routes. So I think the doghouse days were needed for Aiyuk, and it definitely helped him. Starting off the next year, Brandon Aiyuk was having a strong training camp, which was only a preview of what we would come to see in the season. Before the beginning of his 4th NFL season, he came out with this tweet: 1K is the 4th option in the run-first offense. I'm as real as it gets. Words do, little baby. I'm ready to stand on business every time. Year 4 and rocket ship emoji. So Aiyuk kind of felt some type of way about being that 4th option. And this is where you start to see Aiyuk having problems about the targets that he's getting. That wouldn't end up mattering though, because the next year, and Brandon Aiyuk's 4th year was his breakout year. Brandon Aiyuk finished with 1,342 receiving yards, 7 receiving touchdowns, 75 catches, and 17.9 yards per catch, which was a league high behind George Pickens, of course, which had 18 yards per catch. Aiyuk was elite this year. He looked like the clear wide receiver one for the 49ers and helped them reach the Super Bowl. Now, this is where he kind of got mad because he didn't get as much targets as he wanted in the Super Bowl. Now, I don't know if Aiyuk blames this on Brock or who he blames this on, but Aiyuk only had 6 targets, 3 catches in the Super Bowl. And if you watch the film, there's a lot of instances where Aiyuk is open, especially with the game on the line, and Brock looks somewhere else or Brock's not able to get him the ball. So I feel like coming into next offseason, there was a lot of drama with Aiyuk. If he wanted to be traded, if he wanted to leave.
A trade.
And we've seen that during training camp.
Off-season program and their mandatory minicamp over his desire for a new contract as he enters the final year of his rookie deal, and the Niners are scheduled to report in a few days. Adam Schefter reporting.
Aiyuk proceeded to show up to training camp, but he did not participate until he was given a new contract. And finally, Aiyuk signs a contract.
Yeah, that's about right.
So starting off in year 5 for Aiyuk was off to a slow start, and that was partly due to him missing training camp. But he was starting to get warmed up as the season went on. I remember he had a 100-yard receiving game against Arizona, so he was really starting to warm up. And then, of course, this happened, which is a play that probably changed the whole outlook of Aiyuk's career. He hasn't returned to playing football since his injury, so that was a key injury to Aiyuk. After the injury, the 49ers were still looking to trade Aiyuk, which was pretty messed up considering that he was hurt. Now, that is just how the NFL business goes. One day, you're the most valuable player on the team. One of the most valuable players on the team, the next day, you can get traded for a bag of chips. So coming into last year, I think Aiyuk knew what was up. He was trying to show people that he was healthy with him running routes at training camp. He also ran routes to the Raiders versus 49ers preseason game. So Aiyuk was trying to prove that he was ready to go.
According to Mike Silver and Deanna Rossini of The Athletic. And the Niners aren't going to trade Brandon Aiyuk. No, it seems like they're going to release him in the offseason. This story is getting really weird. It seemed like the Niners wanted Aiyuk to come back, but he stopped communicating with them. He doesn't go to meetings anymore. He doesn't go to team functions. Members of the organization want him to come back to the team and play. George Kittle said he hoped he'd come back a couple of weeks ago, but Brandon Aiyuk doesn't want to play for the 49ers anymore, so they voided his guarantees, like $25 million for 2026, which he wanted them to do, apparently. Like that's what he wants. And so now they can release him, and he can go sign with whatever team he wants, which I guess is good, but like the Niners gave him a 4-year, $120 million contract. No one's going to give him that contract now after the injury he's had and the way he's acted the last 2 years. So it kind of seems like Brandon Aiyuk just nuked his career. And I don't know why. He's upset that they didn't throw him the ball in the Super Bowl 2 years ago. They gave him all the money he wanted and more.
The 49ers have voided Brandon Aiyuk's guarantees. We haven't heard much about Aiyuk. I mean, we haven't had much information of what he's up to nowadays. Of course, we see Instagram posts, which is here and there. He really don't post that often. It's probably like every 2-3 months he posts. But that's the only thing we have seen on Aiyuk. He doesn't show up to the 49ers building no more. And he probably has reasons for this. I mean, just think about this. If a company took away all your guaranteed money and still wanted you to play for that football team, of course you're not going to show up. Like, you guys took my guaranteed money. Which the 49ers probably has a valid reason. He probably missed practice or wasn't doing his rehab correctly how the 49ers wanted him to do it. But at the end of the day, I can see where Aiyuk's coming from too. And I just can't wait to see where this goes. As of now, it is May, late May, and we still have no update on Aiyuk, if he will be released, traded, nothing like that. Of course, there's rumors of him going to the Commanders, but he's still on the 49ers right now. And the 49ers are actually going to start minicamp soon. So it's a big thing because the 49ers could put him on the uh, did not report list or not on the squad list, which would basically means that he wouldn't be able to like play, kind of like he wouldn't be able to play until he's able to get off that list, which the 49ers have control over because they can technically the 49ers could keep him trapped on the team until the start of the season, which will be week 1. They could release him like late August, which would not be ideal for Ayuk because, of course, if he wants to go to a new team, he's going to get acclimated and all that, learn the playbook. So the 49ers are kind of being petty. I guess Ayuk was being petty, so I guess that they're returning the favor. But yeah, it's sad to see what has happened to Ayuk. And make sure to like button, subscribe button, comment down below if you want to see more videos like this. I'm gonna try to be more consistent on YouTube. I just had this video idea. I'm like, let me go ahead and do this real quick. But make sure to like button, subscribe button.